Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at my Legend run. I hit Legend a month early, basically, before the season ends, which is kind of nice to have again. This is usually the time I hit Legend, because I could already hit Legend earlier if I wanted to, if I play more serious, but of course, for YouTube, I change my teams quite often, so I can see what Pokemon are good, what Pokemon are not that great. And with that, today, I was able to hit Legend with a Pokemon that I was curious in how it performs. And this Pokemon, of course, is LURANTIS, and based on my results, you can already imagine it performs quite well. I went a total of 11-4 with this team. This team was fantastic, and I'm gonna talk about on how this team actually works. The first of all, he actually forfeit after this one. Yeah, I went a total of 11-4. I had the 7-3 run towards Legend. And I had then a 4-1 set where I was able to get my Pikachu Libre after one. So this is all that I did with this team. Every single battle I think is in this video today as well. It is definitely in this video here today. And so stay tuned. I would recommend you to watch till the end as well. This team has a lot to talk about. This team is actually really fantastic. And we talk a bit about the weaknesses of this team. The strength of this team are quite clear, and we can talk about this quite a bit here as well, and why I think this team is so fantastic. And yeah, generally on how to play this team is going to be all in this video. Of course, this is my Legend run for the season. I would really appreciate it if you could leave a like on the video. This helps out a ton to spread the information for people to maybe run this team as well. It's my team. I built this team myself. I didn't copy anyone, which is kind of cool. And as you can see here as well, Gaston getting a hardwalled. And this is basically the topic of this video mainly. So, what did I try to do with this team? I tried to hardwall the most common backline Pokemon that I have seen so far. The most common backline Pokemon are mainly Ground-type Pokemon or Ghost-type Pokemon. This is what I see 90% of the time in the backlines. And this is why I have Ferret, which is going to be able to not only be a great face-off, it's going to be the one that can completely hard lock down those Ghost-type Pokemon, but you're also going to have the Grass-type coverage on this Pokemon, which most likely will allow you, in a lot of cases, to maybe even have some play against those Ground-types. And of course, against Ground-type Pokemon, our lead cannot deal with, but we have LURANTIS in order to really deal with them. So a lot of times, people are running teams that are like double Ground, for example. This is going to allow us to, if they swap out into their first Ground type, lock them down with LURANTIS, fully farm them down, and have then energy for whatever is in the back. And LURANTIS is amazing. LURANTIS is such a good Pokemon. It's a bit of a squishy Pokemon, but what you get with it is Leaf Blade and Superpower, two super strong moves. And here the opponent forfeits again. And here we can actually, that's what I want to talk about anyway next, talk a little bit about the weaknesses of this team. The main weakness of this team is, in situations, the Credilli. But what I mean with that is, it really depends on what you're gonna face here. For example, it's not only that Credilli came in for this specific one. We also have the Shadow Talonflame coming in here directly afterwards, and I'm giving them a free fast move, as well as going for a Trailblaze against them. So basically everything went wrong in this battle. If I would have went for Swift, I would have been able to get a shield advantage already against the Talonflame, which would have been fantastic. It would have helped me out later on. But like this, I am so far behind that it's nearly impossible for me to still win this battle. The only way of winning this battle is if there's going to be a Gaston in the back. That is the only way, because while I can pressure the Credilli, I would be able to one-shot them as well here with a Superpower, but I'm not going to debuff myself yet. They're going to be able to inflict damage with the Acid, as well as dropping my attack constantly with that Rock Tomb. Which means the longer this matchup goes on, the more shields they invest into their Credilli, the worse my matchup is going to be later on. And this is going to be a big issue, because unless there's going to be a Water-type Pokemon in the back, which there is, that I can deal with, I am going to be in big trouble. We see here, Leaf Blade, even though it's double debuffed, it's still going to do more than half. Right? Wrong. The thing is, of course, our fast move damage was adding up, and there was practically no way of me winning this battle anymore at this point. I do think I had chances of winning this battle beforehand though. And here we're up against P Magazine. I could see that they forfeited in order to give me the win. If that's the case, shall see as well. We had a very nice lead there. Speaking of very nice lead, we had Guslord there as well against us. And especially in the games towards Legend, what you're gonna see that, well, there's going to be a different Guzzlord matchup that I rather would forget, but we're going to have here, though, the Hypno swapping in against us. Hypno in this meta is interesting, especially as a Say Swap, a very interesting Pokemon. Hypno is a very cool Pokemon with confusion on it. It has a lot of bulk, it has a lot of fast move pressure, but it also has a lot of charge move pressure with a lot of cheap and good hard hitting moves that have a lot of coverage, but we were able to align ourselves. And alignment is going to be key here, but actually, even if I get energy later on with my Lurantis, I'm going to be alright, as and Lurantis with energy is going to be able to hit superpower against Guzzlord. I gonna get rid of the Guzzlord anyway immediately. In comes Scissor. This is actually alright, because I went for a little bit of an overfarm. I have one fast move advantage compared to the Scissor. This is actually crucial. Why is it the case? Because now I'm going to be able to shield this move up, outspeed the opponent's Scissor to the next move, going straight forward. They get the double boost here, by the way, which is quite scary. But with it, they're going to be just at a Night Slash, which means if I stop out here straight away, I will be able to sneak in the free fast move if they would go for the charge move. Now they are doubled up on Night Slashes, but I would be able to always get basically the superpower off, is what I want to say the entire time. And this is going to be enough to knock out the Scissor, and Lurantis again going to be able to come in clutch here at the end, even against a Pokemon that double resist grass type damage. And so we're going to move on to the next opponent, where we're going to encounter the Shadow Kanto Marowak. I can swap out here into my Ferret, and I go straight for the Swift. Why do I do this? Pacing. Because of pacing, this is the main reason for it, because now I am going to be able to still get another Swift, I think, in time. And this is crucial, because now I will be able to force a shield. And shields down is quite nice for this team. And this is why I go for my Swift here. I know they're going to be able to fully farm me down, but at this point, yes, they're going to be able to still swap out here if they really want to. I'm going to be able to align my Lurantis. They swap out into Corsola. What do I do here now? I go for the Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade is a very hard hitting move. Let's see if we're going to be able to two-shot the opponent. We actually would be able to do that, which is kind of ridiculous, with a neutral hit that's 35 energy. Showcase again the power of Lurantis. Lurantis has a lot of pressure and a lot of potential, but I'm going to decide to go into my Dedenne. Here I'm going to go for my charge move. The Parabolic Charge is going to land against that Corsola. I can go for the full farm down. The issue is they're still going to have quite a bit of energy on their Marowak. And while we're boosted, we should be able to survive a Bone Club. But I'm going to try to stop out of here. I'm not able to do that. I could have went for my charge move, saved my Dedenne with that and knocked out the Marowak. But it depends on what they have in the back. It's going to be Carbink. That is not over. Well, yes, we are already a little bit low in terms of health, below half health at this point, and we take quite a lot of fast move pressure. Lurantis, with a recent buff to Leaf Edge, is going to be able to reach those Leaf Blades insanely fast. And this is the key way for winning this battle, as we're going to be able to knock out that Carbink and still have the fast move pressure for the Marowak. Next up, Shadow Scissor in the lead. I do think that this player wanted to give me the win, so shout out to you. This is kind of hilarious, because I had recently in a video someone who gave me also a win before I hit Legend as well, and I was saying this has never happened to me in really like 20 plus seasons where people are giving me wins before Legend. And now literally it happens 2 times where they forfeit. Again, against P Magazine, I know the player as well, like already long-term player there, shouts to you. I know that you're mostly gonna watch it as well. I know that they had a bad matchup anyway. I still appreciate that I didn't have to play it out there. But here I had more of a bad matchup against them than they had against me. I still most likely would have been able to have a solid player against Scissor in this position, but of course it depends on what they have in the back. A lot of times Scissor is paired though with what's called Grunter Pokemon in the back, like Water Grunter. But a lot of times it is going to be the Gastrodon. Anyway, we're going to see here the matchup that I didn't want to talk about, the Guzzlord matchup, where I'm actually going to lose with a Fairy-type Pokemon against the Guzzlord. It's not too surprising. I'm honestly not too shocked about this, because it is not the most straightforward matchup. If you don't shield the correct move, you are going to be in a bit of a tough spot there. And so here we are going to see that I'm going to be able to go for my Swift. It's going to be able to knock them out, and it depends on what they have in the back now. Turns out, they're going to go into their own Cresselia, actually a Pokemon that they have a lot of fast move pressure against, and so I'm actually quite alright with that. I want to swap out to maybe catch a Grass Knot, because I expected they would mostly have the Scissor in the back. They don't. They have Talonflame in the back, and I am going to lose this battle. And I actually wanted to go ahead and swap out into my Ferret against the Guzzlord early on, because while they stayed in there, I expected that they would be weak to my Dedenne in the back. And I would have been right, I would have won this battle if I just went by what I wanted to do, but I did do that. This is actually the first battle that I did with this team. I did put the first 2 sets in directly straight, after each other, basically. It's like the first 2 sets are kind of randomized within each other. This is the first battle that I did with this team. And I expect there's going to be Greninja in the back. As this is also a video that I literally just dropped on my channel. For you, it's not yesterday. For me, while recording, it's literally a few hours ago. But I know that's like a legend team that a lot of people run already previously. And this is going to be now here an interesting one, because the opponent has Meowscarada. I'm gonna go for the Night Slash, and we are going to be able to go ahead and go for the Swift. This is gonna allow us to get them the shield from them, have the shield advantage, which is honestly kind of cool. I am forced to let the move go because I need to win this battle with my final Pokemon, with Lurantis, and so I'm gonna get myself an energy lead. In comes Clodsire, and again, I expect that they're going to have the Greninja in the bag, which I would be able to one-shot with a Leaf Blade. And so, I do think that I'm actually in an okay spot. Also, they are running Stone Edge. They have to run Stone Edge with this team, so they're not running Sludge Bomb, which is also way better for Lurantis again. Lurantis has neutral Fast Move pressure, we have neutral Charge Move pressure with that Leaf Blade. But also, we have to be a bit mindful here, because this Leaf Blade is not yet going to be enough to knock them out. So my play is to try to store up a one-charge move here, try to go for maybe a move with the Danny here, try to farm them down, but they're actually going to be able to knock me out in time before that, and that is going to be unfortunate, because I'm never going to see what they have in the back. It's very likely Greninja, we would have been able to knock them out, but nonetheless, this was enough to actually hit Legend. I hit Legend and climbed 23 points with a 3 and 2, which I didn't expect, and this is why the recording started so late there, because I was like, there's no way that's going to be enough. It was enough. And so yeah, we start off this video already with a 7 and 3. We have a little bit of a longer video here as well, because it's my Legend run, and now we're going to have the last set basically that I did with this team, which is going to be a 4 and 1, which is going to allow us to claim also the Pikachu Libre today here. Is it shiny? We will see. I haven't got a shiny Pikachu Libre yet. I hit Legend, or the highest rank, in every single season. It is, I think, a 1 in 10 chance of getting a shiny Pikachu Libre. And I hope that I'm going to be able to do it this time around, because I'm quite a bit over odds. But let's see. We're going to have here the Dusknoir going for the moves. We will be able to align ourselves. We have the Swift now up against that Wigglytuff, which is honestly quite alright for us. We're going to try our best to go for yet another Swift. Swift is coming through. This is going to be enough to get that damage in. In comes Ferret, in comes the Danny. And we are going to be able now to let the move go. This is going to be a Swift here coming in. We're going to get up another Parabolic Charge. And we can now try our best to get that KO. In comes now the Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff is going to go up against us. We try our best to go for... I guess we could go for Lurantis, trying to go for the full farm down. Let's see on how this is going to go. There is going to be now the Ice Rune coming in. They're going to drop us down. But again, they only have the Wigglytuff left. And we can farm them down with Lurantis. Lurantis honestly was such a fun Pokemon to run. And honestly, I feel like we didn't even see the full potential yet of it. There were battles, especially towards the end, which we most likely going to see here as well, where we were able to really hardroll the opponents because of what they were running, because this is an anti-meta team. This is designed to destroy the current meta, and I always love to do that because it's difficult, especially currently, to break the meta. You really need specific Pokemon that can do that. And I do think that Grass-type Pokemon in the back currently are insanely good, because most players are running something like a Corsair in the back here, I guess, for the Ferret, but also something like a Gastron in the back as well. That's, by the way, why I did this team is, first, I saw Desynced got to Legend with a team as well with Lurantis. It was a completely different team. It was Diggersby, Tinkaton, Lurantis, which I knew already I didn't like. It wouldn't be a team for me, which doesn't mean that the team is bad. It just isn't a team for me. And that's why I decided to build myself a team. I wanted to play Lurantis anyway, but I had a coaching session earlier as well. And that player that I coached had, I think, in 15 battles, 11 times Gastron against them in the back. Every single time in the back, 11 times Gastron. No joke, we have never seen anything like this while coaching that Pokemon was that prevalent all of a sudden. And that's why I decided, okay, let's try to build a team around Lurantis. So sorry for you as well, though, that I kind of spoiled the team here a little bit that we built there. But this team was fantastic. This team is absolutely amazing. As you're going to see as well, we're going to be able to get yet another win. And so I'm saying somewhere at like 3060 elo or something. I should be on the leaderboards as well, I guess. I haven't seen the leaderboards in ages, so I have to check real quick as well. Here I have the Ninetales. We have to play this lead matchup out. Our backline is really weak to this Pokemon. Yeah, I should be on the leaderboards today for sure. I'm most likely going to be even like the page 6 or something, so it's going to be kind of cool. I most likely won't. I will play something funny after this one, so you will very likely see some absolute random Pokemon after I am done with this legend team, because I want to play a certain Pokemon the entire time. I haven't been able to do that yet, so you will see it very soon. It's just fun. It's not gonna be a very much competitive Pokemon, but I do think it has a little of play. So definitely stay tuned for that. It has a costume. It has a hat on. Trust me, you definitely won't want to miss it. Anyway, as you can see here, Power Charge coming in. We're going to have here the Lurantis as well, and we're going to try our best to go for some Leaf Blade damage against the opponent. As you're going to see here, this is going to be a nice charge move. This is going to be the Leaf Blade coming in, and we're going to see here as well now it's another Leaf Blade connecting against the opponent. This is looking quite well for us. As you see as well, the opponent goes for their own charge move. We still should be able to survive any kind of hit here, even a play rough. And Lurantis is going to be in prime position to get to another move. And I wanted to catch the move here because I thought Lurantis with a Leaf Blade as well as a superpower is a very likely, just a very strong Pokemon that we should keep for later on. But in comes actually here the Feraligatr. But because I have a little bit of an energy advantage with my Ferret, I'm well aware that I can go for 2 Swifts against the opponent, which is going to be enough to knock out that Feraligatr again. The Swift is going to be enough to get a lot of damage up against the opponent. And with that, we are going to be able to win the battle just with Ferret. But yeah, I'm actually currently at 3055 elo after playing this team for 3 sets. I climbed from 2952. So I claimed over 100 elo in 3 sets today with this team. And this team is the team that got me to Legend. So again, I would really recommend you to give it a try. Here, against Wireless, my brother basically, just in Shadow. It's a very tough Pokemon actually to deal with us, kinda like this, because they caught the move onto the Corviknight. Very well done from the opponent. I could see that this might be the loss that we had with this team, because they just had got off to a very good start, even though they actually had again yet another Dragon as well as Dark type Pokemon against our Fairy type Pokemon. So like in theory, we should have had a great matchup there, but because we mainly do electric type damage with our Dedenne, it is not that easy. And we will see here as well, this Wireless coming back in, having to take basically a charge move here from our Ferret is going to be alright. And we're going to swap on into our Lurantis. I'm going to try to go for the full farm down. I decided to use a shield here. That's going to be just a body slam though, so maybe I should have not done that. And I could go for the Leaf Blade, but they go for yet another body slam. I'm gonna go for the full farm down here, and I hope it's gonna work, but I'm not too sure it's gonna be. And so I'm gonna go for this Leaf Blade because I see that it's not gonna be enough. That Swiders really kinda destroyed me here. I want to see still though what they have in the back. We will see the charge coming through here. The Leaf Blade is gonna be enough to knock out even that Corviknight, and in the back is gonna be Credilli. So Zweilis, Credilli, and Corviknight. A team that I wouldn't play personally. I want to see what is in the back. It's double weak to fighting. Seeing a Night and leading kind of screwed, so wouldn't really want to run myself. But we are still gonna get close here. If we would went for the superpower, I think I would have won this battle maybe here actually. But the opponent calls the bait, and with that they're gonna win. And I can claim my Pikachu. Sadly, it is not going to be a shiny yet again. Another Pikachu that is not going to be the shiny one. Do you have a shiny Pikachu Libre? Let me know down below. I think most people don't. But we can move on to the final game here of the set, because I just claimed it as soon as I got it, which was after 4 games. And we're going to have Goodra against us. And I guess I spoiled already. Yeah, we went 4-1 with the final set. We already lost here. It is not too surprising that we're going to be able to win this one here. As we're going to go up against Goodra. Goodra is going to be a Pokemon that we're going to be able to force 2 shields against if they want to stay in here, as they can go for the Aqua Tail spam. They might be even able to win this in that scenario, but I don't really need to win this here. In comes Jirachi, and I make a big mistake because I got distracted at the same time. I was like, okay, I should shield here. I didn't shield. I wanted to shield. It's not the right play to no shield. I got distracted at the same time, so there was kind of a bit of a mistake. Trailblaze comes through. It's not too bad though, because what this allows me now is to go to Lurantis and get an energy lead. That could help me out later on quite a bit. It is not what I want to play though. Like, I wanted to play it out with the other one. In comes Charizard. I don't think Lurantis is going to help me against this Pokemon, but you know what's going to help me against this Pokemon? It's going to be the Dedenne, because the Dedenne actually had so much energy from the beginning matchup against the Goodra. We are going to be able to knock out the Charizard here. That is fantastic. We had +2 defense, which doesn't mean anything because we had 1 HP, but we're going to be able to actually get the Jirachi quite a bit lower, and now it's down to Lurantis. Do they run the Draco Media? They do not, because they would have not went for a charge move straight away here. It's going to be the Thunder Punch. They're kind of energy dry. And with that, I'm going to say thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for the support this season already as well. There's a lot more good content coming up here on this channel. I want to try to get you, of course, Legend as well. But yeah, this is going to be it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.